Hello, hello. Welcome to this week's Rebel Report. Thank you for joining me live and, of course, on the replay. Wherever you may be catching this broadcast, let me know you're here so that I can send you some love and answer any questions that you might have about this week's energetic forecast. So for those of you who don't know me, who are just getting to know me, my name is Cindy. I am a quantum numerologist and wealth activator. What the heck does that even mean? It means that I help you to understand who you are, what you want, and how to get it. And just like we can predict the weather, just like we can predict the stock market, we can also predict the energetic influences and how we're going to be feeling in the week and time ahead. So I always like to pop on every Friday for an energetic forecast for the week ahead so that you can leverage this information to your advantage and plan your calendar accordingly. So next week, starting on Monday, the 25th, up until the end of January, we start on a 4 energy day on Monday and end on a 1 energy day. Now, what's really coming in this week is this focus on your foundation, focus on your values, focus on what's most important to you, and start to shake things up a little bit. For those of you who've been following me for some time, you know that I always talk about doing things differently, that the old ways of doing business no longer apply, that it's time to shake things up, it's time to rebel, push against those boundaries. This week is going to bring in a lot of that energy because we also have a full moon in Leo. Full moon in Leo is all about shaking your tail feathers and strutting your stuff and shaking off some of that heavy energy that we've been experiencing. I've already noticed it in the last couple of days where we're starting to feel that transition and that shift out of this energy of January, which has been one of massive exhaustion. We're tired. Like 2020, we're done with it. We are over with it and we're ready to step into the new. But we needed January for a little bit of harmonization, a little bit of peace and ease. And we're starting to feel that shift. And I think next week we're going to really feel it, especially around that full moon on Thursday in that 7 energy. This energy is ripe for really showing up in your work, really asking, like you've been getting clear on what it is that you want and who you are. So now it's time to step out there, be bold, be vivacious, be brave, and shake your tail feathers. Let the world see who you are. Own your weird. That's really what's coming through for me. Allow yourself to just be you. Be wildly you, unapologetically you. Because you get to step forth, you get to show the world who you are, what you want, and it's time for some action. So for those of you who have not been in that action mode, next week, it's going to be a sense of relief because you'll actually feel that pull to go and take some action, to move things out. Now, we also have Mercury Retrograde coming in at the end of the week on a 9 energy day. Excuse me. So this Mercury Retrograde, is really in an air sign. So it's going to be very innovative. It's going to be very playful. We always had this sense in the past that Mercury Retrograde was like this proverbial rock in the shoe. And you may experience a moment where you need to pause and take that rock out. And it could be just mental programming that's just kind of going around in your head for that 3-week period of Mercury Retrograde. But it's also a time of new ideas, new inspiration, innovation, living on the leading edge of your industry, of allowing yourself to think, what's possible here? What could I do? So really focusing on who you are and what you want, tapping into that energy, and then allowing your mind to think about what's possible in that, letting your mind do things differently, thinking about how you can move your work out into the world in a different way, how you can communicate in different ways. Release the old patterning. This is about really being innovative and stepping forward into a new world. You've been hearing me say that for years. We are on the edge. This is the edge. No more fucking around. Let's do this. Let's do this different. Let's rebel. Let's step forward. Let's own our weird. Let's own our uniqueness and be absolutely unapologetically you so that you can be on the leading edge of your industry, of where you're working, of the service you're making in the world, of the impact you're creating in the world. This is so important for us to step in. Think bigger. Think more impact. Think bigger, broader, brighter. There is nothing that is holding you back except your own mind your own limitations. So invite your mind to come and play with your dream. Allow the mind to think about all the possibilities of your dream. And then put your mind to work making that happen. There is no more limitations. Limitations are gone. It's an invitation to step into your new life with bravery, with courage, with strength, and to go for it. This energy is going to be so ripe for that. Now, Mercury Retrograde is a 3-week period that goes until February 19th. I want you to make sure, and I'm going to talk about this in the next coming weeks in the Rebel Report as well, but make sure you've got spaciousness in your calendar. Mercury retrograde can rise things up that need to be cleared, so just be aware of that. This isn't a time for massive action and focused work and head down, blinders on doing the things, because that's the old school way of doing things. This is about really giving yourself spaciousness to think, to feel, to move things out, to collaborate, to do things differently. So don't fill your schedule up with a million different things. You need spaciousness. You need time for processing. You need time to allow whatever needs to clear so that at the end of Mercury retrograde, you can step fully in. All right, I hope that lands. I hope you have an amazing week. Of course, if you have any questions, please reach out. I'll be happy to answer those questions for you. And in the meantime, I love you, I believe in you, and I see your power. Have an amazing week.